this new ad system is goofy as hell. Alright. Hello, everybody. I am Somebody Nowhere, and tonight... Wait, let's find ourselves a webcam. Hello. Yeah, all those things I just said. Tonight, let's play some more Judgment. I forget exactly what we were doing. I think we were progressing the story pretty reasonably. We might have some dates to go. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's just do this, and we'll have a good old time. Skeletons in the closet. Oh, hey, we're gonna pass over to 100 hours this stream. 100 hours play to this thing, jeez. Head to the beef zone. Wait, why do we have dramatic music? We've got to go to the beef zone for some reason. I forget why. Oh. They've taken Kim-san hostage just to get to me. I've literally got an office. I've literally got an office, guys. But I've got to hurry to Beef Zone. Let's go to Beef Zone. It's a great place. Beef Zone. For sure. Do we have any side cases? All of them are done. Okay, so... let's go. Quickly. To the Beef Zone. Damn it. It's like, Ryan, I appreciate you showing up, but could you at least, like, not show out out of thin air like that? Let's go! Whoa. Spinning all around, talk. Quickly! We gotta get there. Quickly. To the beef zone. Oh no.
Kim-san.
Yagami-san, I'm so sorry. I forgot how much you pissed me off, know-it-all.
And I forgot how dumb you look, so we might as well call it even.
What was that?
So, this is our guy, huh?
Dang.
Heard a lot about you, Yagami-san.
You're a
Rumor
lied.
has it you're a skilled little skull buster.
Thanks?
The name's Honda. Renji Honda from the Keihin gang. Pleased to meet you.
Honda, shut up and help us kick his ass already.
Help you?
Come on, boys. Oh, ah. Dude, Honda, what the fuck? What the hell are you doing?
I was looking forward to this fight. Not gonna waste it by just dogpiling the guy. Be glad to give you a taste too if you disagree.
Hey, what's your deal?
Good question.
Just want to fight you. That's all.
Huh?
That's the whole reason I joined the Keihin. Locking fists with tough bastards like you. So come on, let's tango.
It's like, I know I should switch to Tiger style, but I gotta
Sorry,
beat more
I really
people
don't have time for
in
this.
Crane style. Crane
Fighting's
style
the
is
only
meant for
thing
the
that keeps
multiple
the world
people, though.
spinning, Yagami-san. I know you agree.
Whatever. We'll just beat him
Now,
however we
enough
can.
talk. I'm ready for some fun! Come on!
It's like, I did not dodge that properly, but I guess I dodged it okay because I got out of the way. Like, really. That could have
You're
gone
even
a lot
beefier than I'd
worse.
heard! This is freaking great!
So when he, like, did the
I'm not too big on
power-up
fighting for no
thing,
reason,
oh, that
though.
could have roughed me up bad.
Oh yeah? Looked like you were having fun to me. You're a natural-born fist flinger. But I think we're done here.
What?
Random bystander phoned the coppers on us. They'll be here any second. Go.
What about your fight? I thought that's what keeps the world spinning.
Can't exactly fight you if you're rotting away behind bars.
Let's go. Yagami-san, hurry.
Okay.
Hey, that was a real hoot. Let's do it again sometime, Yagami-san.
Phew. We should be safe now.
Who was that guy, Kim-san?
You do not know? Oh, that was Honda.
Yeah, the Keihin
One of the
Four.
Keihin Four.
The... what?
Oh, it's what they call the four highest-ranking members of the Keihin Gang. Kasai, Honda, Sakakiba, and Koga. Each of the four has their own faction, and countless thugs doing their dirty work for them.
So there are two more?
Yes, and I hear Koga's faction is the strongest of them all. Yes, word on the street is that they line their pockets selling weapons on the black market. Not even the Yakuza are keeping up with how powerful they have become.
Well, then let's hope this Koga guy stays far away from us.
So sorry. I'm afraid it's my fault that they are coming after you.
It's all good.
Please, just be careful, Yagami-san.
You too, Kim-san.
It's over. Now for Shintani. Depending on where you are in the story and how much time has passed, there may be more Keihin gang members swarming the streets. The threat level is present. Your chance of encountering Keihin is higher. Powerful will show up in the city as long as the threat level is present. I don't care? Yeah, I'm gonna go with I don't care. They are not a threat. Look, they're not actually a threat. Ooh. Hey, oh, hell, wait, wow, Sana is there. We had wondered when she was gonna show up. Let's go talk to Sana. Oh, hey, it's our landlady. Yeah, we needed to figure out what her deal was. Something was not right with her. Oh yeah, she wanted to talk to us. Like, she specifically was like, I have something I need to tell you. Can we get together? And then we got distracted with story stuff. So is she in the office, or where is she? Oh. Wait for her here. Let's just have some food real quick. That'll get us our health back. Chow time. Let's see, we have 3,000. Not a lot of lockpicking unless I take the lockpicking jobs way later on. I don't do enough of the game for that to be relevant. Esoteric knowledge. I do not recall what those are for. But they're later, I guess. No idea. Alright. Let's just keep going. Let's wait for Sana. Sorry to keep you waiting. No worries. Here, have a seat.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, you mentioned you had something important to talk over with me.
Sorry about
I'm-
that.
Sorry, I don't think I can just yet. Then, why don't we talk about something else first? How's the manager? How's the manager of yours? I'm glad you worked things out.
That's true.
Turns out all I needed to do was take some time and sort out how I felt. After talking to him for a little bit and sharing what I was going through, he said he understood. Since he really values the integrity of my music, he said he'd try to negotiate the no dating policy with the people up top. It's a very considerate boss you got there.
Okay.
Yep. It's gotta work hard for his sake. I guess latest single? How's your latest single? What's that all about? I may have said before, but it's a love song. More specifically, a song about one-sided love. Inspired by true events, maybe?
Okay.
That's right. It's a little embarrassing to think this will actually be released to the public. Just mention something important.
Yagami-san.
Alright, Yagami-san. I think I'm ready for that big talk now. I'm all ears, Sun-chan. Okay, deep breaths, girl. Deep breaths.
You know, I've been meaning to tell you this for a little while, and I realized just how important you've been this whole time to me. We've been through so much. It feels like we've known each other for such a long time now. Yagami-san,
Oh boy.
I am... Well, I guess I just gotta say it. Are you ready? I love you, and the only thing I want is for us to be together.
Uh-huh.
There. I said it.
I had a feeling she liked me. But to come right out and say it.
Yagami-san.
So, will you give me your answer? I'll accept, I have no overwhelming intention on going on any other dates with anybody else unless I really, really feel like messing around and figuring, getting the higher friendship level with, what is it, Makoto over at the one club? You really think I'm good enough for you? Oh, I'm sorry, that's Yagami. You really think I'm good enough for you? Then let's look forward to a bright future together.
Huh?
You really mean that? Of course. I've been wanting this for a long time, too.
Okay.
Thank goodness. Don't go breaking my heart now. I can hardly believe this is happening.
really is like a dream.
I know I say this all the time, but it really is like we're living in a dream. It's no dream. I can assure you of that. And show me. Help me know that our love is real. Okay.
Hey,
Yagami-san? Can I call you Takayuki-san from now on? Sure. Of course you can.
Takayuki-san.
That's gonna take some getting used to. It'll come naturally as we spend more time together. And I'll be looking forward to that. Takayuki-san. So will I, Sana-chan. Guess I'll see you soon. It's official. Sana-chan and I are a couple now. I'm sure it won't be easy to balance our careers and our love lives, but I'll do whatever it takes to support her. Dang, 200. I mean, if going on dates with people gets you more of that kind of experience, maybe we do go visit What's Her Face. After you start dating, you can use the app thing to go on dates. Once you become an official couple, you can go on various mini games together. If you really want to make her happy, go to La Marche and buy her something fancy. It's okay. Be fine. Oh, it's her again. Oh hey, it's her again. Takayuki-san, thank you so much for today. I had a wonderful time. I did too. Maybe we can hang out again soon. Let's hang out again soon. That'd be great. There's so much I want to talk about with you. Okay. Wait. Now I can just send her messages if I wanted to do something. Right? Yeah, if I wanted to contact her, I can. Alright, let's go warn Shintani. You know, we got distracted by our girlfriend or whatever, and yeah, now we gotta go actually pay attention to the plot. Is there anything else notable? Wait. Who is this over in front of where Makoto is, or I'm sorry, Madoka? There's a new person over here. Let's go find new person. New person, who are you? I'm coming. Whoever you are, new person. Look, trying to see who it is from a distance. Oh, somebody knocked down. You gonna be okay? You don't get smart with me. How about you showing us some respect, huh? Respect? For swindling me out of my money? I'll respect you when you pay back what you owe. Wouldn't that be more fair?
Huh?
Psh, you think the Kahin gang's just gonna bend over backwards and pay you out the ass? Huh? Again with these Kahin gang lunatics. They just cause problems wherever they go, don't they? Get involved. Step in. Yes. Can't just let this go. Time for me to step in. Hey.
Huh?
Hey. What are you doing here?
Hey,
You not only refuse to pay your debt, but you'd even assault your lender. Didn't know you punks could stoop so low. You feeling sorry for the guy? Then why don't I just punish you in his place? Yeah,
not a
you're
wise
nothing.
choice.
This is a lot of big sweeping kicks. You alright? Thanks to you, yeah. I take it you're familiar with those punks?
Mm-hmm.
You could say that. For one reason or another, they seem to have a grudge against me. Damn. Well, that doesn't sound very pleasant. See, I knew you could pay up. I'll be back. I'll be taking back my money now. Hope you choke on it, you bastard. Now that that's settled, let's. Looks like we haven't introduced ourselves, have we?
This is Yagami.
I guess not. I'm Takayuki Yagami. I work as a detective here in Kamurocho. A detective, you say? Interesting. I'm Kazufumi Kamaguchi. I run turtle financing on the 3rd floor of this building. In other words, I'm a debt collector. Hi. And you were trying to collect from the Keihin gang of all people?
Oh,
Yeah, I should have known they'd never planned on paying me back. This isn't the first time they attacked me either. Old like bastards. I think they can do whatever the hell they want. Unforgivable. When it comes to being a nuisance, they're right up there with the Yakuza. I should let you know, though, those goons weren't the only ones I lent money to. I actually ended up financing a couple of their leaders, too. Leaders, such as Kenta Kasai and Renji Honda. They owe me 800k each.
Ah,
Wait, you lent money to them? Man, you really need to be more careful with who you trust.
Yagami-san.
Yeah, no kidding. Say, Yagami-san, you're good at tracking people down, yes? Being that you're a detective and all?
yep.
Well, that's one part of the job. Oh, well, and from what I've seen, you can handle yourself in a scuffle to boot. Could you track down those 2 imbeciles for me? Get my money back?
Huh?
Huh? You really want me to do it? Yeah, I'll pay for it, of course. Always running into them one way or another. Alright, I think I can accept your case. Great! You'd be doing me quite a favor. This is the Keihin gang we're talking about. Even when I ignore them, they butt into my life. Guess I'll just have to drag them over to Kamaguchi-san whenever I see their ugly mugs. Oh, would you look at the time? I better get back to my office. See ya. Alright, threat levels on screen. Not only will there be a crazy amount of Keihin gang members, but the leaders will show up to reduce the threat level, defeat the leaders. If you manage to defeat the leaders, you'll be rewarded. Yeah. Alright then, can we finally go and inform what's-his-face? How is she not fully our friend yet? Like, that should be green by now, right? Oh no, wait, that's Yusuke. Yusuke, we don't have enough people to make him fully our friend. Because we need very specific people for that to work. Oh, right away we go. Their landlady? Oh no, just someone that works at the store. I'm like, seriously, every time. I'm like, it's our landlady. No, wait, it's just people who work at the stores. What's that noise?
Wow.
kick.
And stay down.
Hey, Green Emperor. We got Crane Emperor, but we still have next one past that, I think. Oh, no. Crane Emperor was the top one. I honestly didn't think that I was knocking people out that quickly. So, gotta try to do more wall jumps, if we can. And somewhere in here there was smashing up items. Oh, yeah, we just need to smash another 100 signs, bicycles, etc. We could do that. We can do that easily. Take more pictures. I have no idea where those are. Okay. We're almost there. We can check and see the baseball guy has something new for us, but it's fine. And we break another of those.
Excuse me.
Is Shintani-sensei not here? Beats me. Oh, what do you need him for? Just wanted to ask him about something. I'll try back later. Hold on a sec.
Yagami.
You plan on twiddling your thumbs until Shintani comes back? Are you bored? Well, I can't say I'm busy. Good. Then I got the perfect job for you. I have a client who needs a bodyguard. I want you to fill the post. Fill the post. Bodyguard. What kind of clients are you taking these days? Oh, it's just a messy custody battle that's going to court. I'm representing the mother. Her name is Azusa Otaki. Her daughter is Karen. They're set to appear in domestic affairs court today, and I'd like you to protect them until they get there. Hi, Azusa and Karen. Who do they need protection from? Apparently the father was Yakuza, until very recently. The way she tells it, she's gotten in a huge fight with him and had to flee with her daughter. So, you're giving her a bodyguard just because he's ex-Yakuza? Isn't that kind of overreaction? Yeah, isn't that kind of an overreaction? This poor woman doesn't seem to think so. She said her husband would do anything to get his daughter back. Her husband's name is Jin Otaki. Might not even come to it, but can you protect them from him if it does?
Yep.
Alright. Seems pretty clear. Who knows when Shintani-sensei will be back again anyway, so I guess I'll help.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'll pay you.
Hey.
By the way, ever hear of Shinwei Oikawa, the lawyer? Oikawa? No, I don't think I have. He's representing the father, but he's formerly one of mine. Huh? He worked here? Yeah. He had gone before you started. One of those elite types who passed the bar real early in life. But he wanted to win his cases by any means necessary, even bribery or blackmail. Yeah? I'm surprised I haven't heard of him. He was good. He had some real potential. That's why I came down hard on him about changing his ways. But he didn't give a damn. In the end, I had no choice. I fired him. Maybe that would be the wake-up call he needed. But all it did was give him a chip on his shoulder. I swear, the man only lives to beat me now. Out of revenge for firing him or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. But living for revenge just makes you sloppy. He'll probably never learn. Circle of Law. Anyway, do you know where this mother and her daughter are now? They were here not long ago, actually. She said they had some shopping to do, and I couldn't stop her. For being her legal counsel, she doesn't seem to want to take my advice. Sounds like a lovely family. Any idea where they might have gone? She said something about getting some clothes to make themselves presentable in court. So, somewhere with clothes, huh? Alright, I'll go find her. I mean, LaMarche? Maybe? Probably? I don't know where else they'd be stashing clothes, but... Oh, wait, do we have any other cases here? Yeah, work. Here's what they have. Ooh! Ghost capture request. I heard a rumor that a ghost appeared in the apartments and planned to move in next month. No one said anything about that in the lease. Please capture the ghost and prove the place is... capture the ghost to prove the place is haunted. Please come to Quadra Garden on the first floor of the hotel. I'll be wearing the hoodie with a heart. Background investigation on my son's wife. Please investigate whether or not my son's wife is trying to kill my son. Ever since my son got married, he's been struck with no shortage of misfortunes. I'm suspecting the wife has something to do with it. I'll be waiting at Cafe Ups. Alright. I mean, we'll take them. Can I talk to you? No talk. Oh. You know what? We'll take a picture of you then instead. There we go. Nice, fun picture. Okay, since we're in neighborhood, let's go check and see if the baseball guy has anything new for us. Where were those things? Kamaguchi. Oh, that's that guy. Investigate a daughter-in-law. Yeah, that's LaMarche down there. So that's where they expect the people, the mother and the kid to have gone. But yeah, let's go check the baseball guy, see if he has any new items. I doubt it, but I'll check anyway. Hey, look, it's our landlady. Who, where? Don't climb on the car just to get to me. You know what? That deserves me grabbing this. What happened to your friend? There was a second one of you a moment ago. Okay, now we can use whatever combat style we really want, but like crane style is better for these groups of people to keep attacking me anyway. Nope, nothing here. Alright. I don't think there's anything we can do with this guy down here yet. What was the hotel that the one was at? Oh, at night. So we can't do that one. You know what? Let's go investigate the the daughter-in-law. Yeah, we'll go investigate the daughter-in-law because we can, and then...
You don't give up, do you?
I just wanted to kick him, but, you know,
Really,
whatever
guys?
works. Hey, look, it's our landlady. Like, I did not expect him to survive that, so...
What a
Like,
waste.
seriously. Who needs to block attacks when you kill them in one move? Hey, look, it's our landlady. Okay, whoever it is we're looking for should be in here? Guess it's that lady?
Excuse me.
Excuse me, are you Shizue Kuwayama-san?
Hi.
Yes. Yes. And you are?
This is Yagami.
I'm Yagami, from Yagami Detective Agency. I came to discuss your case. Oh, yes. Thank you for your time. So, what can I do for you? Well, it's about my daughter-in-law. That is, my son's wife. Her name is Kiriko, and how should I put this? She scares the daylight out of me.
Hmm?
She scares you. Why? Ever since their marriage, my son seems to have become rather unlucky. What do you mean? To give you a few examples, he was almost run over, he nearly died of carbon monoxide poisoning from a stove. While he was asleep, the apartment caught fire and the brakes on his car suddenly gave out.
Huh?
He survived all of that? I'm thankful that he has, but as you can see, something is not right. Yeah, I'd say those are some unusual circumstances. And I can't help but think that his wife is behind it all. Do you have any reason to suspect her? Well, as I said, all of this started happening after they married. And he's also taken out a large life insurance policy at her suggestion. These are certainly telltale signs, but it doesn't sound like she has anything concrete. On top of it all, my son has become ill lately. He's constantly complaining of stomach pains and nausea. I can't help but think my wife may be mixing something into his food. I think I could be overthinking all of this, but once the thought entered my head, I couldn't escape it. No, they're all valid concerns. I take it your son doesn't suspect his wife at all? Quite right. He's just head over heels for her. I see. That's why I come to you to investigate her, Yagami-san. I'd like you to confirm that she's really capable of this, or if I'm imagining things. Devil wife.
Yep.
That's clear enough. But out of curiosity, does your son know about this request?
Hi.
Actually, I did tell him. He objected, of course, but he eventually allowed it if this is what it would take for me to trust Kiriko-san. Great. Then it won't be a problem if I discuss things with him. Also, could I trouble you for a photo of your son and his wife? Of course. My inventory is full. How could my inventory be full regarding evidence? Kiriko works at the M-Side Cafe in Kamurocho. You're bound to run into her there. My fee for this type of case is 80K. Is that acceptable, ma'am? Oh, of course. I'll leave you to it then. Alright. Time to get started. I should find Kiriko Kuwayama at M-Side Cafe. Why do you say my inventory is full? I don't believe you? It's like my inventory isn't full. Here, I'll drink this. There, my inventory is not full or something. Unless it was trying to give me something that I already had. Like how I have these QR codes already, you know, from the original playthrough. That's all I can guess, is that it was trying to give me an item that I already have from the first playthrough. Yeah, that sure is a photo. Wow, just one bottle of Jack Daniels was enough to put me up at 8? That was quite the bottle. Well, I guess I did down an entire bottle of Jack Daniels while standing still in the middle of whatever. Okay, the M-Side Cafe is right there. Alright, let's go. Hey, look, it's our landlady.
Must we?
Let go!
Hey. Nice try, jerk.
How the hell is... Oh yeah, I'm drunk. I forgot about that. Oh good, it'll take both of them. Ooh, play pass. And another.
Guys.
Where the heck did our ninja friend go? Wait, where is she? It can't be her, no! She's been nice all this time! She's been nice all this time! That's probably Kirikawa Kuwayama. Sir, I noticed you staring. Another one of Kiriko's admirers?
Hmm?
Hmm? She gets more popular every day.
Hey,
She's that popular, huh?
This
Oh, yes, she's a real enchantress. Talk to her once and you'll be head over heels. What a shame that she's married. Get too close and it'll only end in pain. This guy seems to know quite a bit about Kiriko. I should dig a little deeper. What do you know about the husband? Have you ever met her current husband? I've spoken with him. I believe his name is Kojiro. He's just your run-of-the-mill salaryman, really. But he's madly in love with Kiriko-chan. He swings by or after work every day. She makes him coffee. He comes by for coffee every day? So he'll show up today, too.
this
Oh, I'm sure he will. Relationship with men? So, people really like Kiriko-san, huh? Oh, yeah. You should see how many customers hit on her. But if they knew about her past. Why? What about it? Oh, well, apparently Kiriko-chan is already on her fourth husband. She's been divorced 3 times.
Huh?
3 divorces. At her age? Her husband must know about it, but would he have told his mother? Apparently, all 3 of the previous husbands ran away from her. And why is that? Because they were almost murdered. In fact, her second husband actually died. You're sure all of this is true? It's a little hard to believe. Oh, I'm sure. That's the story that put this cafe on the map. Apparently, there was poison found in his food. And she wasn't charged? As I recall, the incident happened at his workplace, so there wasn't enough proof to arrest her. But, I assure you, it wasn't here at this cafe. I see. Maybe the mother's suspicions weren't completely off the mark. Anyway, Kiriko-chan is clearly the kind of woman who's out of reach for most guys. But that wouldn't stop me from trying. I think I could tame the devil in her. I gather you've got your own little crush on her. What? No, she's married. I'm just saying, I think we'd have been a good match. Better than that dull-ass husband she's got, anyway.
Nah.
In other words, the guy's crushing on this guy. In other words, this guy's crushing on Kiriko-chan hard. He wasn't wrong when he called her an enchantress. Oh, speak of the devil. There's her husband. Well, I better get back to work. Don't want my manager to see me slacking off. Maybe if I get closer, I'll be able to hear Kojiro-san's conversation. Is this a chance to put on a disguise? I have them. I have disguises. No. Oh. If I just, like, change disguise. Yes, let's sit at this chair. You're looking pretty rough, man. You under the weather? Yeah, I guess. But maybe I'm just tired. It's been a lot of stomach aches and nausea lately. Doesn't seem like coffee would be the best cure then. You must really love your wife. I beg to differ, Hirasawa. Coffee made with love is the best medicine I could ask for. Stomach pains and nausea line up with what Shizue-san told me. Here you go. One hot cup of coffee, black. Like you like it. Thanks, Kiriko-chan. Oh, I see you have a guest. Nice to meet you. I'm Hirasawa.
Nah.
This guy's incredible, Kiriko. He's from our ad agency. He's done all kinds of commercials you'd know. Incredible! Sounds like you really know your stuff. You have to be so clever to work on ads these days. I can see it in your eyes. They are quite clever and very lovely. Lovely, you say? You think so?
Nah.
Ko-chan, why don't we invite Hirasawa-san over to the house for dinner? That's a great idea. Kiriko is a lovely cook. I'll let you work out the details then. I'll be looking forward to seeing you, Hirasawa-san. Of course, I'd be happy to come. An enchantress indeed. She was flirting with that guy with her husband sitting right there. Is he that confident or dense? He doesn't seem the slightest bit concerned. Shizue-san suspects Kiriko of poisoning his food, and considering he drinks coffee here daily. It'd be pretty tough to poison coffee, but I should check it out, just in case. Cat. Cat! There's gotta be a cat. Where is it? Where is it? I hear the cat now. Is it out the window? Where is it? Where is it? Where's the cat? Cat. There you are. Oh, look. A cat. We can look out the window as much as we want, but yeah, the only point of looking out the window, or I guess off the deck or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Interesting, like it'll let us look at all this other stuff. It's like there is no reason to look at the other stuff.
What the?
This is the water that Kojiro-san's friend was drinking. Wait, he came to a cafe and only ordered water? What a cheap ass. He's making such big waves at the ad agency. Probably makes big money too. How stingy can he be? You'd never make friends with a guy like that.
Hey.
I didn't see anyone smoking, and there's nothing in the ashtray. Pretty much rules out a poisoned cigarette. What's this white powder? Sugar? No way that's sugar. Something's off about this. Kiriko-san made a point of saying it's black coffee when she brought it out. In that case, what's this powder? Could be anything. Suspicious powder. Okay, I think that's everything. Oh. Oh, we can't get any farther. Kitty! Bye, kitty. Something has a strong scent here. Smells almost like garlic, but could it be poison? Let's see, if she knows he'd come to drink coffee every day, isn't it possible she could be mixing tiny doses of poison into each cup? And that would explain why he feels so ill. This is bad. That guy could be in serious danger soon. I think I need to talk to the guy. Hopefully he hasn't gone far. Can I talk to her too? So many people with big hearts seem to come here. Pretty well off. Like, that's what she always says. Yeah, that's literally what she has always said since... Because she's been an NPC standing there for basically the entire time. Yeah, all the time. All the time, every time. Where'd he go? 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 He can't have gone far. Theater Square, it says. You know what? Bicycle. It's like, I'll take the time and take one hit just to be like, you know what? Fine. I'll go get a bicycle. And I'll stand on your dead body. Yes, I'll stand on your passed out body until you disappear. Okay, where is that guy? Is that him right there? I think that might be him. Let's go. Hello, sir. Are you married to a woman who might be poisoning you? Or, I mean, how are you today?
Excuse me.
Hey, you're Kojiro Kuyama-san, right? Can I talk to you for a sec?
Eh?
Huh? Who are you?
This is Yagami.
I'm Yagami, a detective your mother hired. Oh, right. Mom did mention something about that. She can be so dramatic.
No.
Well, her worries are not... Her worries may not be as unfounded as you think. What do you think? What do you mean? It's going to have to be convincing. How should I lead into this? Let's see. The death of the husband seems a bit much to lead on, to start off with. So let's go with coffee powder. The coffee you drank, did you add sugar by any chance?
Yeah.
No. I take my coffee black.
Hmm.
Well, that's a bit strange because there was a white substance on the edge of your cup. And to make matters worse, it smelled of garlic, which is not far off from a poison called arsenic.
Eh?
Arsenic? I haven't run any tests or anything, but I understand you've been feeling ill for some time. Am I right? You should know, nausea and stomach pains are symptoms consistent with ingestion of arsenic. No way! It could be a coincidence, right? So about her second husband. Sir, you're aware your wife has been divorced 3 times, aren't you?
Oh.
Yes, I'm aware. I didn't tell my mother that, though. Were you also aware her second husband died of poisoning?
Eh?
What? I'm guessing that's new to you, then. Well, I'm sure it wasn't something she wanted to talk about. Listen, Detective. I know what you're getting at, but I trust my wife, and I'm not going to stop. Doesn't sound like I'm getting through to him. Is it true that you've been in a series of unfortunate accidents lately, sir? Have you considered the possibility that someone could be causing them?
What?
You're a persistent one, aren't you? That said, have you noticed anything unusual? Oh, well, sometimes on my commute home from work, I feel like I'm being followed by a man. That's interesting. When was the most recent time you felt that? Let's see. Oh, I remember now. It was one day I headed straight home without visiting Kiriko-chan at the cafe. In other words, on days Kiriko-san is off duty? And do you ever feel endangered when you're being followed? Well, I wrote it all off. I did noticed that a brick fell from a window once, but I got pushed into the street. Or yeah, and I got pushed into the street.
Huh?
Wait, wait, what? You wrote all of that off as coincidence? You don't think the stalker might have anything to do with it? Who? But who would be out to get me? I don't know, but I think it's time we find out. But how? Well, the ideal way would be to lure him out into a place where he thinks you're alone. Okay, how about maybe I could bait him into an alley?
Huh?
Huh? Are you sure you want to take that risk?
Hi.
If it'll prove my wife is innocent, I'll do anything. Fair enough. Then I'll follow the stalker from behind. But can you give me any more details on the guy you think is following you? Well, he's smallish, about 5'2", wore a hoodie and sunglasses to hide his face. That's pretty suspicious. Where is the company you work for located, Kojiro-san? It's called Kita Electric, right here in Kamurocho. So I should just find the nearest alley, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be great. Don't try to drag him too far. Okay, now we're just going to be doing a tailing mission, because that's so fun. Nice. Kojiro-san is off from work. I hear a cat. Kojiro-san, you need to act natural. Start walking when I give the signal. Got it. Okay. Gotta find our guy. Aha! That's the reason why I was hearing a cat, because naturally we've got an investigation section. So of course, we need to find that cat. Okay, I hear it. Where the hell is it?
Uh-huh.
I actually cannot move my body, so it has to be like, wow, it was just right there.
Suspicious.
Very suspicious. Oh, look. A cat. Search for a short, hooded person wearing a mask and sunglasses. You. Are you? No. You. No. You are not suspicious. Anybody down this street? Yeah, I literally cannot move my body, so I guess all we can do is sort of look down this alley here? I mean, this is the guy, but... Hey! I see you up there! Okay, so the question is there anything else that we could look at? Like, investigate? Because clearly we've already now seen the guy that's on the roof. Is there anybody, like, in a window? Because it's a little bit of extra, a little bit of extra experience points, but... You know what, let's just find them. They're on the roof. We know they're on the roof. Okay, we see you. Being sketchy. Don't be sketchy. There. That's him. Suspect? They're as much a suspect as this cat. Kojiro-san, I've got the guy in my sights. Start walking and don't look back. Okay. You'll save me if something goes wrong, right? I'll save you? We're tailing the person that's tailing him. Sure. Suspicious man. Suspicious. Like, with this being New Game Plus, I have so much leeway for how long I can be out of line of sight. It's like, I can be out of line of sight for a really long time. Oh, okay. Chasing and 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 chasing. I didn't know when they were going to turn around. Let me bring you up to speed, Rito. Basically, right now we're just doing a side case involving kind of just a guy who recently got married, and his mother hired us because he had been a run of really a lot of bad luck. Sort of a little bit. This man's has had a run of bad luck, and his mother hired me to investigate his wife. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Huh? But yeah, his mother asked me to investigate his wife, and so far it's gotten a little weird because he's had some like stomach pains and stuff like that, but no like notable evidence towards something being wrong. But yeah, generally speaking, he's not. Generally speaking, Yagami's not a creeper. But yeah, right now, all the rest that you missed during the stream, we went and had a conversation with Sana, and she professed her love, which we were like, okay. And so then we got a bunch of experience because we got someone to love us. And then we went to the law office to tell them leftover storyline from the last time we played, that the guy, heartbreaker, what is it? One of the lawyers there, we suspect that he will be someone that the assassin who killed the guy. We suspect that he will be a target of the people who didn't like that he was defending the one guy from the first chapter. So yeah, we suspect that he'll be the target of the people not happy that the one guy got away. But we don't know where he is, so we're doing this side case instead to start off with. I think we could have, well, there's another case that's currently going on. This is just a side case that was available, and I just was like, I'll do this instead. I'll do this really quick, because side cases don't tend to take too long, and we can always just work our way along. But here's a mysterious man. Huh?
Hmm?
Wait, aren't you the other waiter at the cafe? Minami-kun, you work with Kiriko-chan, right? That explains how easy it was to get poison into your coffee, Kojiro-san. Shit! You're dead!
Yagami-san!
Yagami-san! Stay back. And go call the cops. Okay! Ah!
Not a wise choice.
Threatening man. Wow, survived. Good for him. Smash him with a trash can.
Hey,
Why? Why were you trying to kill Kojiro-san? 'Cause he was in the way between me and Kiriko-chan.
Hmm?
In the way. What's your relationship with her anyway? My relationship? It's destiny. Destiny that we would be together. You upgrade your graphics card. Are they becoming more available now? Because, you know, what? Crypto is kind of easing off. You know, and pandemic is doing, you know, less pandemic things. Because I do need to upgrade my graphics card. It's like I need to upgrade my graphics card mostly because, like, if you watched any of the stream from when I was trying to play the demos, I gotta lower stuff to like the lowest settings to really get it to run. But then again, if you try to run a thing, yeah, the crypto market's crashing. Yeah, like if you try to run something and stream it, you're basically running the game twice, and that's not good. Yeah, that's not good a lot of the time.
huh?
What? I just need him gone. Then Kiriko-chan will be mine. Stop, you're squirming. Oh, look at his face. Dang. Let go of me, damn you.
Yagami-san!
Yagami-san, are you okay? Oh, what in the world just happened?
Hmm.
I'm not completely sure myself, but I'm sure the cops are going to take their time finding out. Yeah, the crypto stuff not being as big a deal, I think, is helping. I was like, if I can find it at somewhere local, I will probably spend the money locally. But then again, like where do you get it locally other than probably just Best Buy? Like I don't think I have very many other like major electronics retailers right around. Like I have one other marginal sized retailer that might have it depending, but it's all just a case of being able to get out there. Yeah, Best Buy, if you get lucky, you can find, some good deals. Also, I think I got one of their points things, point cards, and the amount of price that it costs to buy a graphics card would probably be enough to, I don't know, get me a $5 gift card or some nonsense. Well, apparently Kiriko-chan rejected the waiter 3 years back. He's been stalking her ever since, even getting jobs at the same place she does. That didn't bother Kiriko-chan? Well, people confess their love to her all the time. She didn't think much of it, I guess. Wow, okay. Jeez, Kiriko. Yeah, it's like she's just going about her business, and people are just confessing their love to her. Like it's whatever, you know, it's fine. Just a random average day. That's a unique problem to have. I guess he finally snapped though, and convinced himself I was the problem. And that certainly explains why I've had so many near-fatal encounters. And you just kept surviving them, so he finally resorted to poison. Do you think he killed her second husband as well? I'd be willing to bet on it, but I suppose we'll find out after they interrogate him. He's probably tried to kill every guy who got between him and Kiriko-chan. Oh, and here I was suspecting Kiriko-san. Such a horrible mother. That's not true, Mom. You didn't get a chance to get to know her yet. I think she's easily misunderstood. I can see why. But I'm impressed, Kojiro-san. Your trust in Kiriko-san didn't waver for a moment. Of course not. I'm her husband. Yagami-san, thank you for getting to the bottom of this. No problem. I hope you two have a wonderful future together, free of accidents. Yay, we did a thing. Let's make sure there aren't any more cases we can grab. Dang, there's nothing. We got to get our reputation up to 30. Jeez. Yeah, we got to get our reputation up to 30. Oh, we got to get our reputation up to 25. What do we have it at? We have it at like 24 or something, right? Yeah, we've got our reputation at 24. I have no idea who we can become friends with that we can raise it a bit more. I think we were trying to raise this up. We've got, what, 46? So we could get blockpicking. Nah, we'll just keep saving up. We can't do this side case because it can only be done at night. Let's see, do we need any help? Just a little. Let's eat whatever this is. Oh, I'm sorry. Omu rice. Let's have some omu rice. Warm it up. Have some omu rice. Good. What how you doing tonight, Rito? What to do? Right, this way. Oh, and now because we are romantically involved with Sana, if we ever wanted to just, you know, go meet with her and whatever, like, yeah, if we just wanted to meet with her and go play a game, we can contact her specifically in the phone. So hypothetically, she shouldn't just be randomly calling us anymore. Alright. Just chilling out. That's good. Okay. Oh, one other thing you missed. While we were running through this, the first mission that we got when we started up the game, we visited with a guy who got jumped by some folks, and one of the guys who didn't like that guy got jumped was part of a gang member, who was a gang member who we had to fight, and will be part of a relatively ongoing thing that we have to do continuing on, where we have to fight Keihin gang members every so often. And then this guy right here, he is part of a company that I guess still has loans out, and he inexplicably gave loans to the Keihin gang members. And so when we beat a Keihin gang boss, we increase our friendship level with him. Honestly, like, if we want to get to 25, the only person that we can actively easily probably become friends with is Madoka. But that's also a really, really awkward That's a really awkward situation. Because that would require us to go and visit with her at the club over and over, probably. And it was awkward enough as it was the first time when she was just, yeah, it was just awkward. Just awkward in its entirety. The whole thing. Because, yeah, the way that she acted and as uncomfortable as Yagami got only made me more uncomfortable. And then I ran. Whoa! Why did... Wow, that thing just, like, bounced. Let's just kick these guys. Not what I meant to do, but whatever. I had the heat. What the fuck just happened there? Did I just kick a moped at them? I think I just kicked a moped at them. That wasn't what I meant to do, but, you know, whatever works. Seriously, though. I just was trying to kick them, and there was, like, a moped right here. Just, like, kick. Alright, LaMarche. We were looking for a woman and her child who wanted to be protected, or who we are expected to protect for an upcoming case somewhat related to the law office. Is the wife I'm supposed to be protecting here?
Ah.
Oh, that must be her.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, ma'am. Are you Azusa Ataki? I am. And who are you? I'm Yagami. Genda-sensei asked me to look after you today. Oh, Yagami-san? Yes, Genda-sensei did mention you. Well, nice to meet you. Is your daughter around? Karen? You didn't see her?
No.
No, I didn't. Really? She was here just a second ago. I got so focused on clothes I didn't realize. Seriously, woman? Is she lost? That's not good. She's an easy target for the husband if she's alone. What should I do? I'll go look for her. Stay right here in case she comes back. Okay. Maybe someone around here saw something. I should ask around. Hey, guy at the counter. We're friends. What do you know? Oh no, I've ruined this precious cloth. Oh, welcome, Yagami-san. If you don't need it anymore, is there a chance I can have the cloth? I might actually be able to use it. Huh? You don't mind it being so dirty? Go ahead, take it. I know that's not the right voice for him, but right now, it's just whatever. Because his voice was the, like, C-3PO stuck-up English voice. I tried to ask him question. Welcome, sir. What? I thought I was gonna get things from you. Here, we're here. Let's just buy a couple of things, just in case we need to go on a date or something. A whole whopping 100 and whatever. Yeah, let's buy it. Oh, I could have bought the 35,000 thing over there. Okay, let's go outside and look for what's-her-face. Hey, did you see a what's-her-face? The little kid?
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Have you seen a child? I can't seem to find her. Thick housewife? I know what that means, but that's not what that means. I know what they want that to mean, but that's just... I mean, thick housewife? Whatever. Okay. I think I saw her earlier. You did? Yeah. She was strolling toward Nakamichi Street. Toward Nakamichi Street. Thank you. That wasn't that thick. Senryo Nakamichi Street. Over this way. Wow, that thing is still all knocked over. Get out of the way. And I'll just walk over it that way. Sure. Yeah, thick. Hey, look. It's our landlady. Every time. Oh, crap.
Guess
Oh,
we're
hey,
doing this.
Ryan. Ryan finally showed up. Ow! Not cool. I'm trying to do the move and it's not letting me. It's like, I want to do the wall runs, but they're
Really,
just
guys?
not really connecting. Because I need the, well, I don't need it, but there's a completion thing for doing wall run attacks. Thanks, Ryan. Good old Don Quixote. Hey, kid. You see a kid running past here? Hey, look, it's our landlady. Child! Child! There you are. Child. What the heck are you doing over here? Why are you standing in front of an adult store? Why? Child, what are you doing?
Ah,
Her. She looks like Karin-chan from the photo.
hey.
You're Karin Otaki, aren't you? Who are you, mister? My name's Yagami. Genda-sensei hired me to look after you and your mother, and she lost track of you. So Mom suddenly cares about me? I'm big enough to do what I want, so leave me alone.
Nah.
I can't do that. If Mom and Dad want to get divorced, fine. I wish I could go live by myself. Are you actually kidding? You're like, what? 8? Like, what? Child, what? Is she really that nonchalant about divorce?
What?
Karin, what are you doing here? Oh, Daddy, I was looking for you. You were? You sure you should be doing that? Your mother would be pretty upset if she found out. I don't care. Former Yakuza who'd do anything to get his daughter back. Doesn't seem too desperate. Dad, I wanted to give you something.
Huh?
Karin, what do you think you're doing wandering off like that?
Eh?
Huh? I told you I was going for a walk. And you said okay. Well, I must not have heard you right.
What?
Come on, Azusa. You really want to go through this taking full custody of Karin? Let's see. You really want to go through with taking full custody of Karin in this divorce? I couldn't be more serious. Karin would never reach her full potential with you around, and I'm going to raise her right.
Huh?
Like you have any say. I'm her father, and... Come on, Karin. We need to get back to Genza-sensei. Where was this going? I forget. I vaguely remember this story. I don't remember it well enough to remember where they're going. I told you. Get a divorce for all I care. What was the ticket or something? What do you think you're doing, young lady? I said let's go. She sure as hell doesn't hold anything back. Well, that whole encounter was weird. Karen-chan threw something away, didn't she? A ticket. To a circus? Was this what she was trying to give her father? I'm gonna hold on to this for her until she's calmed down. They're going back to the office, I think. I better get after him. Torn envelope with the ticket. Alright. Anything else? We still have this guy, who we have no idea where his cat is. His cat's gotta be somewhere. I just have no clue. Ever. Let's go back to the law office. There's nothing else. Yeah, there's nothing else in this neighborhood other than trying to go on weird dates with Madoka. And right now she's so far off from being our friend that, yeah, that would take a while. Fools. I should have grabbed a bicycle. Wow, look at that guy. Wow, look at that guy getting punchy. Whoa. He's like, he saw me get into it. Hey, Ryan, what are you doing over here? The fight was over there. Jeez, Ryan. Some help you are. Unless I can find a bicycle, I'm not going to mess with those guys. You know what? I can find a bicycle. Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to calm down. I'm partly smashing all these signs and bicycles and stuff because there's a completion for it that I have not completed. Even through the first run, I didn't. Hey, look, it's our landlady. Literally every time I will say it. At this point, it's just the thing that I'm saying during this run because I've just noticed that she spawns basically everywhere. She spawns basically wherever, regardless of what the hell's going on. Like, regardless of how recently we had seen her.
Oh.
Huh? You?
Hmm?
Aren't you Karen-chan's father? Why are you here? Oh, it's that guy. This place hasn't changed at all. Still in desperate need of a cleaning crew. Okinawa. Oikawa. What the hell do you want? Oikawa? That's the father's attorney, if I recall. Genda-sensei's former apprentice. No need to be prickly, Genda-sensei. I am only here to put an offer on the table.
Say what?
An offer? A settlement! Don't you think these two are capable of an amicable custody decision outside the courts? Of course. That would be to everyone's benefit, but...
Huh?
Huh? Hey, I have no intention of handing my daughter over to him. Oh, really? Perhaps you'll reconsider after you see this. A very far distance picture of her with a checker suit guy. Like, and this. Oh. Wow, how did you get that? Well, I guess maybe he sat farther down the bar. This is awfully sketchy, though. How did you get these photos, Oikawa? My client suspected his wife might be cheating on him and hired a private investigator. Cheating? That guy was just a salesman. It was nothing lurid. He offered to buy me a drink, and I accepted. It was completely innocent. I'm afraid lies don't hold much weight in court, ma'am. Here's a slightly more decisive photo. If this is outside of a love hotel, she is screwed. Not exactly what I meant, but... Oh! What? What's going on, Otaki-san? What is this? I don't know anything about this. I went home after a few drinks, I swear. I'm afraid the photo is a clear contradiction of that, ma'am. Is your memory foggy? According to the PI, you were rather drunk. That's... Damn. I admit, I was expecting pictures like this. I wasn't expecting pictures like this to turn up. No, this is a setup. It has to be. Setup? Yeah, it couldn't be a coincidence that this man appeared right before my trial. I'm sure his contact info is bogus too. Besides, I can hold my liquor just fine. I found it strange that I felt so drunk that night. Oh, dang, did you get drugged? There you go. I can only imagine that I was drugged. This is some kind of elaborate trap. That's a typical scheme to pull on a guy, but I suppose it would work on a woman too. Would Oikawa stoop this low? Again, it's just an option on the table that you may want to consider before we go to trial. With evidence like this, I have my doubts that your client would win the custody battle. And if we prove infidelity, we could even end up asking for damages. What are you getting at? Spit it out. My client is not heartless, Genta-sensei. Give him full custody, and there won't be any damages to pay. You're as dirty as you've always been, Oikawa. I'm gonna guess the salesman was your plant. Just give my client custody. All she needs to do is sign the newest draft of the divorce papers. Don't you understand, Genta-sensei? You've already lost. Checkmate. Lost? Trials aren't conducted by pieces on a board, Oikawa. Says the king about to be toppled. What's the point of a battle if you aren't out to win? See, please, Genta-sensei, I didn't do this. You believe me, don't you? I want to, but... If this was a setup, maybe I could trace it back to some evidence. It seems like it's worth putting in the time.
Excuse me.
I'm stepping out for a bit, Genta-sensei. Don't let anyone sign any papers just yet. Yagami? Alright. Okay, we got that photo, and that photo, and that photo as evidence. I should start with the Love Hotel this woman claims she never went to. It's probably in the hotel district, and I can use the photo as reference. Let's jump out the window, as we always do. Aha! Okay, Love Hotel, yeah, somewhere over this way. Yeah, he's not the best quality guy. I do kind of like the voice that I landed on for him, though. I do kind of like the voice I landed on for him, though. Let's see. Where is that Love Hotel? Right around here somewhere? Not quite. Back this way? Why is it is in this area, I guess? it was a Love Hotel menu. So it was like, oh, there it is. I'm like, there we go. Who's this from? Look out, Yagami-san! One of the leaders of the Keihin gang brought his men to come after you. And you know what they did? They beat my friend Black and Blue, all because he said he might have seen you. Please, is there anything you can do to help? Crap, what do I do? When threat levels on screen, blah blah blah, Keihin gang members. In order to reduce the threat, fight Keihin gang people. Where's the Keihin gang? Oh, dang, they're way over there. Kasai and Honda. You know what? If I were in the neighborhood, maybe. Right now, let's look at this thing. This is the Love Hotel where the picture was supposedly taken.
Nah.
Can I help you, sir? Are you here alone? Oh, yeah. You work here? Oh, yeah. I'm the receptionist. I see. You're the contact, right? Contact? Well, it doesn't matter who you are. Give me the 100K and I'll delete the footage. I think you must have the wrong guy. I'm Yagami from Yagami Detective Agency. You're a detective?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on a case right now. And I'd like to ask a few questions if I could. Damn it! Forget I said anything. I gotta hurry.
What?
Hey, old geezer. Hey, it's that guy. Wearing the exact same thing that he was wearing in the pictures. Oh, there you are. You're late.
Ah.
Wait, this guy. Yes, it's the man in the picture.
Huh?
What do you mean you haven't deleted the security footage yet? I already paid you. You said you would delete it if I gave you the money. Hey, but my pockets seem to have holes in them. Better make it double. Wow. Wow. Extortion. Oh, dang. Don't fuck with me, old man. You delete that shit right now, or I'll fucking kill you. Look at all those earrings. Oh, God. Whoa. He's trying to cower, but his skeleton... Like, his skeleton and his skin are trying to go in very different directions. Ah! Hey, you know Azusa Otaki, don't you?
Huh?
Who the hell are you? Just tell me if you were really here with Azusa Otaki. Is this business about the security footage related by any chance? Who could say? You can. And judging by the way you're panicking, I'd say that footage has some incriminating evidence on you. Oh, I'm sorry. Wakawa told you to make sure it got deleted, but the deal with this old man started falling through. That about the sum of things? Shut up! If you're gonna get in my way, I'll kill you!
Guess we're doing this.
Guess we're doing this. Wow, you suck. Oh, face down in a puddle. Oh, that was good.
Hey.
Hey, you said you hadn't deleted the footage yet, right? That's right. I completely lost the old receptionist's voice. I think it was like just old, mostly just gruff old man. That's right. I figured it would be a nice chunk of change. I was right. It'd be worth a nice chunk of change. I was right. Fine. Let me buy it off you then. Huh? You mean it? How much you offering? Depends on the content. If what I need is on there, I'll pay you the full 100K. Oh, we got a deal. Let me get it for you. And then it's like clearly a different person. Coast it clear? We're fine. I want to see about 10 minutes of footage from 827. You have that? Yeah, it's all here. No cats? What's the point of searching an area if you don't see cats?
Suspicious. Hey. Suspicious.
It doesn't contradict Oikawa's photo.
What the?
He's our playboy from earlier, but what we need is clarity on the woman. Punk. It's time of day.
Hey.
This guy is almost certainly hired by Oikawa. Problem is the woman next to him.
Hey. Suspicious.
I don't know why I keep picking them. They're not giving me any things. They're not giving me any points right now. No good. I can't make out her face. Gotta hope the security camera caught something. That is not the right face. That is not her face.
Suspicious. Huh?
That woman isn't Azusa-san. Timestamps line up. So how does a shot taken at the same time seem to have two different women? It's almost like there's a technology that can do that. Is this photo digitally altered? If the woman wore the same clothes, they just need to swap out her face. Yeah, it's pretty clear proof that Oikawa is using dirty evidence. Gra! Gra? Oh shit! Hey! Ah! Again, his spine is doing that thing. Just punch him. Where the hell did he get that bat? Oh god, this computer, you're still gonna try to use that computer? Damn it. I think the hard drive is toast. Really, Yagami? In addition to being, you know, a lawyer and a private investigator, some kind of computer scientist or something? Like, computer engineer?
Huh?
That's what you get for fucking with me, old man. Ah. There are no copies, right? If I find out you copied this, I really will kill you. No, that was the only copy. Well, that's bad for us. Looks like I win. That tape will never see the light of day. Well, shit. Damn you, Oikawa. I mean, we have that guy who would, you know, who can, I guess, say that it was someone else, but without evidence now. Yeah, dang, his look is
Yagami.
very slick. Yagami, anything to report?
Mm-hmm.
The photo of your client going into the hotel with that man, it was fabricated.
Hmm?
What? Oikawa, you... I won't take these baseless accusations lying down. Do you have any proof? No. The PC it was on got destroyed. Someone went to some pretty extreme measures to eliminate it. This isn't even worth discussing. Oikawa, did you bring this photo here in advance of the trial because you were afraid it could be proven false? Please, listen to yourselves. Paired with your client's hazy memory, this photo is both valid and decisive. And no judge in his right mind would take your client's side with that photo evidence like this in my hands. Grr. Grr. So, Otaki-san, what will it be? Pay for damages as well as let this photo drag you through the mud in court. Is that what that noise was? Really? 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 Oh, Taki-sensei. Taki-san, please, you need to consider this carefully. There's no way I can win, right? If I'm going to get hit with damages and become a tabloid laughingstock, I'd rather just sign the paperwork now. Ma'am, let's not be rash. We should at least discuss your options first. Enough, Genda-sensei. I've had enough. In the end, you couldn't help me. I've already made up my mind. And now my client will have full custody. Looks like I win, Genda-sensei. I've finally beaten you. Put whatever you want on that stupid paper. I'm gonna move out on my own. You two can fight all you want.
What?
Karen, you'll do no such thing. Don't you want to live with your father?
Yagami.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was Karen that I'm pretty sure. Anyway, you think you could consider the daughter's feelings in this, Yagami-san? Yeah, do you think they even considered them? Huh? If she ran out with the kid, what I'm saying is, do you think they even discussed the wishes before hiring lawyers? Well, she's old enough for her opinion to matter. Actually, I think I know exactly how she feels.
Say what?
Really? After Oikawa busted in, I didn't have any time to bring this up.
Here's your proof.
But I have evidence that I think points to what Karen wants. Well, clearly she wants to go to the circus. Like, I mean, we don't have any other thing, so yeah. The only bit of evidence, she wants her mother to go to a love motel. Like, no. This is the only thing that even is maybe evidence, so yeah. Oh, what is it, Yagami? Karen-chan wanted her father to have this, but she ended up tearing it up instead.
Say what?
What? Wait. She was trying to give this to him?
Yep.
Yes. And I would bet this is a representation of how she really feels.
Hmm?
Tickets to the circus, 3 of them.
Huh?
The number's significant, I think. I see. Thanks, Yagami. I think there may be an amicable solution to this after all. Amicable? Huh?
Hey.
Karen-chan, is there something you want to say to your parents? I don't know. What about this? I understand. You were trying to give this to your father. Oh. There are 3 tickets there. This is what you really want, isn't it? Karen, what are you getting at? I just want to go to the... I just want to go to the circus with you two. Is that too much to ask?
Oh.
I think I see. Yeah. I wanted the three of us to go to the circus again. Again? You don't remember the last time we went? You guys were so mean to each other before. But after we got back from the circus, you were fine. You're smiling and laughing. I thought maybe if we went to the circus again, it might work the same way. If that were the case, why'd you tear up the tickets, Karen-chan? That's... You're holding back, aren't you? I'm...
Hey.
Karen-chan, they're the only parents you'll ever have. If you have something important to say, don't swallow it. Get it off your chest, young lady. Say what you're feeling. How I really feel?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no time like the present. If you don't, you'll come to regret it eventually. Enough of this. We are past the point of reconciliation, I'd say. You're right, mister. I have been holding something in. But what's the point? Even if I told you guys, you wouldn't listen, because you just want to get divorced. Karen, no, we'll listen. I don't want to live by myself. I want the three of us to live together. What's so hard about that? I don't want us to be apart. Karen? Knowing how your daughter feels, are you really past that point of reconciliation? Have you two even discussed the matter since Azusa and Karen left? I imagine you haven't. It's true. We haven't. Well, might I suggest you start there. And if you want to file a divorce, I'll be here. We need to consider our daughter in this. We've been rash. Yeah, as parents, we owe that to her. That's that then. Looks like you're dismissed, Oikawa. Hold on! Kenda-sensei, you can't just abandon the fight! I won't accept that. If there is no case, you don't get paid either, you know? Sounds like you still don't get it, Oikawa.
Nani?
Get what? Our job is to get the best results for our clients. We stand by them as they make life-changing decisions. If you're making choices based on your personal pocketbook or your pride, why do you deserve clients?
Huh?
What are you getting at? Listen, at the end of the day, if it would benefit the client, it's okay to lose the trial. Okay to lose? In what world? If winning the trial is all you're concerned about, you'll never be more than a mediocre lawyer at best. Fuck this! I am not gonna stand here and let you lecture me. This isn't over, not by a long shot. I won't accept this. Oh, good grief. You still don't get it. Jin-san, isn't divorce in your best interest? She's already proven that she'll latch on to the first man she finds. But her lawyer is saying that the guy was a setup. Hardly! Those are baseless accusations. There is no evidence to prove it. And your wife simply doesn't remember? You're You're gonna accept that? Well... no one in their right mind could. Your feelings about your wife haven't really changed. Besides, do you really expect the two of you to just get along just fine after this? Hardly! You're probably right, but still. Damn. Oikawa is stooping to preying on his insecurities. He's losing confidence in his decision. These pictures are as real as the earth is round. You can't allow these people to cloud your path forward. Wow, he is terrible. Excuse me? Is there a Yagami-san here? Ah, there you are. Finally, found you, Yagami-san. Oh, the receptionist from the Love Hotel. What are you doing here? Well, I looked up your office. I didn't find you there. Then, Yakuza-looking fella told me I might find you here. Here you are.
Excuse me.
That's great and all, but we're kind of in the middle of something here. Well, I have an offer for you. Didn't you say you wanted to buy that data? I did, but wasn't that PC destroyed? You said yourself there were no other copies. Right, and I'd say it again if that blonde asshole was here to threaten me. Truth is, I did make a copy. Figured there might be a profit in it.
Huh?
What? Must be pretty valuable, eh? 100 G's. You buying? Yes.
Yeah.
Ha! A pleasure doing business. Genda-sensei, I need to borrow your computer. And cut me a check for 100K as a business expense, please.
Say what?
Whatever. This better be worth the price, Yagami. What are you doing? There we go. Perfect.
Yagami.
Yagami, care to fill us in?
Hey.
Do you know what this is, Oikawa-san? You worked very hard to make sure no one ever saw it. Can it be?
Check this out.
Afraid so. Evidence that you fabricated the photo. This is security footage from the Love Hotel. Impossible!
Yagami.
Yagami, I think you owe us an explanation. As you can see in the photo, it's the same timestamp as this video, but notice anything different about the woman? It's obviously impossible that he entered the hotel at the same time with two different women. Therefore, Oikawa's photo is bogus. It's been doctored.
Say what?
What? Oikawa, you stooped to forgery? You finally dug yourself into a hole. No, it's... What do you think would happen if it came to light in court? Why, you could lose your license to practice. No, it's... You still want to go to trial, I'm willing, Oikawa, but it's your call. Literally every time he talks, I end up doing a gruff exhale just to get my voice where it needs to be for him. It's it's a whole thing. Sounds like we'd start on a custody battle and end on a malpractice trial. Oh, he ain't happy. Damn the both of you! Oh, wow, the look on his face. He's not happy with that. He sure left in a hurry. Stupid kid. So immature still. Yeah, it's like... Yeah, that exhale gets me like gets my throat where it needs to be for his just demolishing voice. Mom, Dad, we don't need this anymore, right? Karen?
Aw.
You're right. We don't. She sure does like ripping up things.
Yagami.
Thanks, Yagami. You really saved me this time. Nah, it's quite an honor seeing you be the kind of lawyer I always knew you were. So, unlike Oikawa, you get it. You know, if you ever want to wear the badge again, I think we could make it work. Said some impressive work out there today. I did what I could do. As a detective. In fact, I learned something today. I don't have what it takes to be a lawyer like you, Genda-sensei. I'll pass. Damn. What is it about all my students that they become mediocre lawyers? Maybe it's me.
Well,
Mediocre? You lumping me in with that? I don't remember what Shintani's voice is. We haven't seen him in so long. I really don't remember. Give him something like a little bit nasally or something, maybe. Shintani, how long have you been back? Long enough. Looked to me like things were getting pretty rough. So, I kept quiet. There we go. Yeah, that's a perfect voice. Also, it looks like ads are going to probably run in about 4 minutes, so let's finish this scene. I didn't want to spoil the moment. Well, it's good timing all the same. Did you need Shintani for something, Yagami? Yay, we can warn Shintani now.
You have a sec, Shintani-sensei?
huh?
There's something I need to talk to you about.
Huh. Perfect timing. I got a few words for you myself.
Huh?
Come on.
Where are we headed? Oh, to the couches. What's this? Oh, the Keihin gang's finally skipped town, but not before landing on one of my friends in the hospital. Oh, crap. Yeah, we didn't... I forgot that there was a, like, limited amount of time that you can go fight the Keihin gang bosses. It's fine. We'll fight them at some point. It's fine. We're in the middle of story stuff. We weren't going to be able to help them anyway.
Sounds like Hamura's not too happy. With you.
Huh?
He says to quit digging around. We won the case, it's done. And I gotta say, I agree with him. Or was my victory not good enough for you?
Oh, your victory and yours alone, huh?
You heard me. I was the lawyer. My victory. And thanks to that, work's been just flooding in. It's over, Yagami. Let it die.
Your work might be over, but the murderer is still out there.
This mole you're dying to catch? Well, fuck right off! Your little detective game has done enough damage. Why don't you just leave this alone, huh?
Hamura knows who the murderer is. He hid it from us the whole trial. And that innocent verdict made fools of us all. Maybe you're okay with that, but I'm not about to give this up.
Ha! You talk big, but you're just a mouse. And Hamura's a hungry fucking cat.
Funny, he's the one in hiding. The
I'm good at
Kyorei are
finding
gunning for
cats.
him. That's what the shooting was about.
Find cats all the time.
See, Hamura knows he's a target. And I believe he's not the only one who should be worried about himself. Do you get the picture?
Huh?
Keep your eyes open. I'm telling you this as a friend. Otherwise, you do you. I'm gonna do the right thing.
Don't talk down to me! You might as well let this mole shit go. Think this is some kind of Yakuza pissing contest, do ya? Come on! The mole is way bigger than you know.
What do you mean? You know something. I can see it in your eyes. Hamura trusts you. Now tell me the damn truth. What about stopping the mole? You willing to take responsibility for another murder?
Don't talk like I owe you. Attorney-client privilege. Not like you'd remember it. Go back to school.
Shintani!
Well, that's no good. I thought you said that you respected that guy, Yagami.
All right. Warned him. Oh, I can still talk to these people. How many points we got? Oh, we're up to all the way up to 5,000. Dang, we'll get up to that 6,000 mark real soon.
You know, Shintani-sensei has been talking to Hamura-san quite often lately.
About what exactly?
Well, mostly about how they both hate your guts.
Huh. Cool.
You know, Shintani...
About what exactly?
Well...
Huh. Cool.
You think Shintani-sensei knows something about the mole that he's keeping from us?
Maybe.
Nah, probably not. He'd never shut up about it if he did. Nah.
Can you and Shintani at least try to get along, especially in my office? Or do I need to drag you both outside and box your ears in?
It's all right. I don't know why I did that. It just seemed like the thing to do. Wow, we got points just for leaving the office. Let's see, is that the end of that chapter, or is there more? Oh, nope, still more.
Hello?
Yo, it's me. I'm out front of the Matsugane office.
Looking into the shooting?
Yep. Place is absolutely swarming with cops. Kuroiwa's running the investigation.
Kuroiwa. You mean Ayabe's boss?
That's him. Speaking of, Ayabe's here too. Makes a convincing cop when he tries. I was actually thinking I'd invite him over to Tender. Try and get my hands on that juicy police info, you know? You mind coming along?
Not at all. See you over there.
We going to Tender now? Sounds good. Oh wait, is it night? Oh shit, it's night. We can go and investigate ghosts or something. Yeah, we can go investigate the ghosts or whatever it was. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that real quick. Because we got ghosts. Oh. Yep, that's the person. In the what, hoodie with the red, or hoodie with the heart.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, are you Shimazu-san? I'm Yagami, a detective.
Hi.
Yes, my name is Mamoru Shizamu, or Shimazu. I've been waiting for you, Yagami-san. It's a pleasure. So, what can I do for you? You have a job for me, right? Yes. I need you to catch a ghost. Ghost.
Huh?
What? You're gonna have to elaborate on that. Well, I'm moving into a new apartment next month. And I've heard it's haunted by a ghost. You're basing this on a rumor?
Hi.
Yes. When I went to introduce myself to my new neighbors, they told me all about it. Apparently, you can hear the voice of a woman crying in the room I'll be renting. How does a woman crying make it supernatural? That's not all. A woman has been gliding through the hallways, dressed all in white with jet black hair. The neighbor got scared, and that's when they discovered no such woman had lived there recently. Okay, I guess I am getting a little creeped out. But the landlord is supposed to notify you if there's been any incidents. And they didn't say anything of that sort. I see. My girlfriend and I are actually planning to move in together into this apartment. We were in a long-distance relationship, but then she quit her job and took a chance on moving here. We even picked it out together. It's a bit pricey, but it was perfect otherwise. This is her. Isn't she a beauty? Her name is Yokaku. Yokako. Okay. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't want to build a relationship in a haunted apartment. Huh? Yeah, yes, we do. Wait, what? You need a new motherboard? Dang. Is that real expensive? Like, I've only ever gone, like, full... I've only ended up at the point where I needed to change, like, the entire everything. If we can prove there was some kind of tragic accident that happened there, we can negotiate the price down, right? Wow, dude. Really? You're gonna use ghosts to get a cheaper apartment rate? I mean... you gotta do what you gotta do, but jeez. That's a bit much. Wait. You're okay with the ghost as long as the price is right? PCI Express card, GPU. Oh. Alright, I'm taking care of something real quick. But yeah, like, is it super expensive, like, for that kind of change? I don't, like, yeah, like, I've only ever gone, like, full bore, bought the entire tower, basically. Because whenever I've ended up upgrading my setup, I've basically ended up with, like, basically cramming 4 times the computer into 4 times the old computer into the new computer. So it's like the video card was that much better. The processor was really that much better. Like it was, you know, the amount of memory that much better. Like basically every time I've upgraded, it's been like cramming, you know, 2 to 4 times the previous computer into the, you know, into a new computer.
Oh, don't worry. She's oblivious.
200 and 300. Oh yeah, I suppose that's not too bad.
She couldn't sense a ghost if it sneezed on her.
I see. I'm not sure that's the problem. Anyway, how exactly do I fit into this?
I want you to investigate if this apartment is haunted or not.
Okay, I'll do my best. I'm gonna charge 80k on this one. Ghosts are extra.
No problem. I look forward to the results. Tell you what, let me call the landlord and arrange for you to stay the night.
All set and done, $1 million question. Will it run Crisis? Not on the highest settings. Because the highest settings, even for Crisis... Also, wasn't it Crisis with a Y? Yeah, but wasn't Crisis, like, on its highest settings, they, like... Yeah, you needed an alien future computer at the time to even really do it. Huh? Stay the night? They want me to stay the night in a potentially haunted apartment.
Of course. A ghost's not going to appear if you aren't in the room at night, guy.
Right, I guess I'll give it a try. I do remember when they came out with, like, what was it? When they came out with Crisis 2 and Crisis 3, I think it was like, it somehow is that much, it's like, it's so much easier to run than if you tried to run Crisis, like the first game. Thanks for waiting, Shimazu-san.
This is Hasegawa-san, the landlord here.
You're a stubborn one, Shimazu-san. I told you 1,000 times there's no ghosts here.
That's why I called a professional to verify it.
I'm a professional in Ghost now. Really? Really, that's what you're going with? Oh, great. Are you some kind of spirit medium?
No.
No, I'm Yagami, a detective. Nice, detective. That's fine. Can you clear up these ghost shenanigans once and for all, then? You know what they say. Every dog has a wolf's shadow.
Excuse me.
Just to be clear, there's never been any incidents in the room, such as an accidental death? Nope. No way. This property's totally renovated. This property is totally renovated, and the lot was empty before it got built. I wouldn't even justify these outrageous claims with an investigation. Well, let me see what I can find out, and I'll let you know when I'm done. You detectives always find yourselves contracting... You detectives always find yourselves contracting to kooks. All the same. Here's the keys. Good luck tonight. Thanks. I turned the electricity and the water off for you. I turned on the electricity and water for you. I'm not particularly motivated here, but I guess I should sweep the room. But is there a cat?
I'm gonna investigate. I need to know there's a cat. Nothing here. Pretty normal for a vacant apartment. Not much else to do, so I guess I'll check the room. Ghosts, huh? What was that about a dog's shadow and wolves?
What the? Suspicious.
Shut and locked. Don't think anyone can enter these windows. Enter through these windows.
Hey, suspicious.
What's this?
Hmm.
Woman's earring. What's it doing here? Windows are shut and locked. Guess it rules that out. Like, some of those old, like, graphic setups were way more fancy than they probably needed to be. Don't see anything here. Next page.
Hey.
Window won't open. Nobody's getting in from here.
What the?
Front door should be locked before the landlord opened it. Why would anyone trespass in here before people moved in? A squatter, maybe?
Suspicious.
Water's apparently on because it's wet here. Even got some buildup. That would mean it's getting some good use, I suppose. Is that it? Is that all you got? Really, Yagami? Can't find a damn thing. Also, any investigation where we don't find a cat was clearly a failure. An earring and signs someone was using the water. What's the link? Kind of inconclusive. Pretty bored. Nothing to do but talk to myself and play the guessing game. What was that? Oh, hi.
Huh?
Are you the ring? Huh. Looking back at specs from 98. I mean, I'm pretty sure you have stuff, you know, have phones that are stronger than some of that. Yeah. 12 megabytes of RAM. It's like, do you ever watch that movie Hackers? There's a scene in the movie Hackers where all of the hacker friends are just completely losing their damn minds over her her top of the line laptop, and it's just like, it's just comically ridiculous. Like, it's so absurd. By today's standards, I'm pretty sure, a phone, like I was saying, has more power in it than that laptop. But back in those times, it's like, oh my god, what is it? You haven't seen Hackers in years. Yeah, it's one of those that you probably don't need to see for years, but it's worth a watch every once in a while for how, like, ridiculous it is. But yeah, it's one of those things where when people were still talking about, what was it? The kilobyte modems? What was it, like? Yeah, when people were still talking about the speed of the modems in kilobytes or whatever. Or, 12 megabyte RAM. Like, oh my god, all the colors. Colors? Like, yeah, back in the day, what was it? Having having 200 colors was really, really, really special. Oh my god, 250 some colors. It's incredible. How do they render so many colors? Oh my god. Yeah, just oh, and the storage. How will you ever fill 300 megabytes? Oh my god. 300 megabytes? That's too many. That's too much storage. That's like, oh my god. You'd never fill that much space. It's like, jeez. Oh, woman. Huh? Was that? No way that was a ghost, right? It had legs. No time like the present to chase it down. Oh great, we're gonna just chase a weird lady around. That's wonderful. Just gonna chase a ring ghost. Oh, we're chasing her.
Wait a sec.
Through the streets. Yeah, it's...
Wait a sec.
Hey! Crazy lady, get back here.
Wait a sec.
Really? Trip over that? Oh, come on!
Wait a sec.
It's wants me to steer also, and it... Oh god. Oh hey, we caught her. Hey,
Gotcha.
lady, what you doing? It's not safe to run around barefoot. Bust the ghost. Yeah, that's bust the ghost. Jeez. Who are you? I'm a detective. What were you doing in that room?
Hey.
This is your earring, right? Did you even realize you dropped it? I suggest you start talking. Or I could always call the police on you for trespassing. Ever heard of saying, dead men tell no tales? Fine. You don't want to talk. I should probably bring Shimazu-san and the landlord into this. Hello? What's going on, Yagami-san? What's going on, Yagami-san? Apologies for calling so late, but I caught it. The ghost. Huh? So really, it was haunted? Wait, you caught it? Yeah, but it won't talk. Sorry to ask, but can you come down here and call your landlord too? Okay. We'll be there as soon as possible.
Yagami-san!
Yagami-san, is that the ghost? Since when did ghosts start walking on perfectly corporeal legs? Yeah, I've lost Hasegawa's voice. I think it was something like, it was fairly normal, but it was like somewhere in the lower register. I've forgotten it. Is that you? Yukako? Yukako. You know her? She's my girlfriend. The one who's supposed to be in Akita.
Huh?
But her hair. You idiot. It's a wig. Yukako! What were you thinking? Oh, she was like helping me think that it wasn't.
Hey.
It was haunted. Yukako-san, I think it's time to come clean. Wouldn't you agree? It's because the room is too expensive. If we could prove that it was haunted, we could get a lower price, right? Don't tell me that's why you did this. Afraid so. My darling Mamoru, I just wanted to help ease the burden of looking after me. Wow, look at how happy he is. Look at the smile on his face. I mean, I'm sure he's glad to see his girlfriend, but wow, is he ever glad to see his girlfriend. I'm gonna get... I don't know how to read the text that's on their shirts, but I get the distinct feeling that whatever it says on their shirts is probably the name of the other one. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm gonna go fair positive idea that whatever it says on those hoodies that they have, it's the other one's name. Yeah, I don't know how to read the symbols well enough. So, I came to the city a little earlier than we planned. I'm kind of a loss for words. You did all that work just for this? I kind of want to look up what Yukako looks like in kanji, but you know what, we're fine. You did all this for me? What a wonderful girl! My little melon pie!
Huh?
Huh? I mean, they're perfect for each other. Mamoru! Dashing sweet! I would die for you! Yukako, I love you, my sugar plum! I will love you until the death do us part! No, I will love you! Well, our love will endure beyond that. Not even death can tear us apart. These two are great for each other. Yeah, they seem to be doing well with each other, you know? Their relationship works well for their relationship.
Hey.
Okay, you two. I'd say get a room, but that's the crux of the problem, isn't it? How'd you get the key anyway? I saw the landlord hide it under the gas meter in the hallway. So I got it and made a duplicate. Oh. I guess that's usually where you put it before people move in. Shimazu-san, you really had no part in this? He didn't. I didn't tell my love about the plan, but I never imagined he would hire a detective. You should... Okay, his voice was like nasally, but... You should have told me, baby. But I didn't want to get wrapped up in... I didn't want to get you wrapped up in this. Yukako, my strawberry shortcake. I had no idea you were so considerate of me. Guys, I don't mean to interrupt this tender moment, but you gotta consider something. Your lease hadn't started yet, so technically this is trespassing. If I remember how this if I remember how this side case ends, it ends with like one of those weirdly ambiguous Yakuza endings where it's like, or maybe it was haunted. Yeah, they're so sweet. Like they're very like to 11. Like they've gone here is normal-ish. They've gone up. Let's see. If I'm filling the screen with the amount that they are, Most people maybe, you know, in a positive situation be here. They're up here. Like, my arm is gone out of the frame. They're these two. Also, listen to the peppy music that they get. They just get this nice, fun, peppy music for their relationship. That's why I didn't want to get you involved, my beloved. I guess it's really up to your landlord at this point. Look at his face. Hasegawa-san? What is wrong with you two? Are you both insane? Nope. We're both but we're insanely in love. Wow, these two. Only thing insane here is the world, and the market price for rent should never have gotten this high. Wow. Bring it back around to the rent prices. Shimazu-san, I won't sue, but all the same, no way I'm renting you that room. Oh no. Huh? But the contract. To hell with the contract. You tried to scam me into thinking an accident happened. And then you hired a detective. All to catch your girlfriend in the act of trying to lower the price by parading around as a ghost. Oh, I get it. I get it. You're jealous of how madly in love we are, aren't you? Shimazu-san, maybe you should quit while you're ahead. Yeah, don't worry, Mamoru. It'll be fine. What do you mean, my pineapple dream? So many weird food pet names. We just need to find a room that's really sketchy and haunted. No ghost could come between a love this strong. Wait, so now they're actually, like, legitimately looking for one that is haunted. Like, we need to find a room that's really sketchy and haunted. No ghost could come between the love this. You're right, baby. And life is good. Yes, life is good when you are searching for haunted rooms because you just don't want to pay really high rent prices. And they sure did a quick 180 on that one. What is he doing? What is he doing? Just like patting her on the head or something? Those two are infuriating. I hope I never have to deal with them again. I'm with you there. Oh, good. There's no, like, ambiguous ending. I'm thinking of something else. Okay, good. Oh, boy. Yeah, I've had too many of these Yakuza side cases where it's just like... And then a mysterious ghost walks around in the background just to screw with everyone. Alright. Let's see, Tender is right there. Where the heck are we? Okay, we're in here. Is there any side cases, or was that the... Yeah, that was the only side case that we had at the moment. Okay, we're only up to 5. Alright. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and save it here, and we will head to Tender tomorrow. And we should hopefully be able to finish up this chapter and move on into the next one. Because, yeah. But let's go ahead and save it here. None? Why none? Here we'll save... Oh, also this should have taken us up over the 100-hour mark for time played on this game. Here, we'll see. Yep. This stream took us over the 100-hour mark for time played in this game. Jeez. Like, between the original playthrough and this one now, we're at 102 hours. What did it say? Let's see. Chapter 1 was 77 hours. We can't possibly have been playing this for 20 hours. Can't possibly. I think we're at like 10 sessions. 10 sessions. I guess, yeah. That kind of tracks. We're at like about 10 sessions of the game. 3 to 5 hours each. Yeah. Wow. I really don't make good time on these games. Jeez. Yeah, I really don't make good time. Let's see. Let's see if we can find the original playthrough anywhere in here. Okay, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 was 10 hours. Original chapter 4 it was 16. We got to chapter 4 after 16 hours. Okay. 22 hours is how long it took me in the original playthrough to get to chapter 5. We started chapter... Let's see, chapter 4 is one we're on right now. We started somewhere in the 70s. We're not making great time. Wow. For having all the upgrades and all of the, you know, being able to quickly go through stuff, I think maybe because we did so many of the side activities, like, right away. Like, we did a lot of side cases early on that only became available over time. But, yeah. Okay, where the hell did I save? Over here somewhere. Let's see, yeah. That's, I think, roughly where we were. Or where we are now. Okay, here's where we are. We'll pick up from here tomorrow. I want to thank folks for stopping in. I do appreciate it. I'll give a shout out to the folks watching the VOD, whether it be on Twitch or over on the YouTube archive. I do hope you enjoy the content and that you are able to catch a live stream at some point. Follow the channel if you like. Join the Discord if you want. Both are great ways to keep track of when I do come online. You can sub to the channel here on Twitch. Helps keep the lights on. Helps keep me in video games. Also, over on YouTube, like the video, comment, subscribe. They all help. I don't even know. But yeah, I do hope everybody's taking care of themselves with everything going on. I have been Somebody Nowhere. You have been amazing. And I do hope to see you next time.